Hey, this is Corey from Woodcraft, and I have 39 pounds of budget gear on my back to show you it doesn't take a lot of money to enjoy the woods. So if I do a little 360 for you. Now everything I'm bringing with me on this trip is very budget friendly. The backpack itself was around $40, the tent was about $50, and that's kind of the price range I try to stick with, about $50 per item. I did cheat on one of the items, but if you want to see how this trip turns out, stay tuned. Alright, so I've never set this up. I haven't even opened it, to be honest with you. So let's see how easy it is to set up this tent. One thing I want to point out is these poles are very, very thin. Very thin poles. Alright, so let's take you on a tour of how the tent looks without the rain fly. Alright, so you can tell that this is a very budget tent. I did bring a tarp. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not, but it seems that the bottom of this tent is made of the same material as the tarp I brought. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is, see how it performs. You can tell those poles were under a lot of strain. You could hear them flexing and crackling, and you could tell that there was a lot of strain put on those poles, me setting it up on myself, but it's holding up pretty well. I want to point out that the stitching and the seams on the rainfly are all taped, and so you have good waterproofing on this rainfly. You're not going to need to seam seal this. All of the seams are stitched really well and then taped and sealed shut, so I really like that. So I put the logo in the front, but the logos actually go on the sides. All right, so that's that. Alright, so here's the tent all set up. Honestly, I don't like the suspension system like this. I feel like it's going to shift and move, and rain will get in. So I don't know if there's a better way of securing this, but seems, I don't know if it's going to do well in the rain, so hopefully it doesn't storm too much tonight. This center pole here to keep this rain fly away from the door is really tight. You put the pole in the front, and then to get it in the back you really have to stretch everything out to get it in there. But again, it's only a $50 tent, so you're not getting the highest quality materials, you're not getting the best fit and finish, you're not getting everything to precise specs, right? You're spending a small amount of money just to get by, and this is definitely gonna get me by for tonight. So the tent came with this extra little flap, and I can't figure out what it's for. It doesn't say in the directions anywhere, so I'm going to use it as a sit pad / knee pad for kneeling on the ground. I'm going to put the garbage in the Jeep. Alright, so I should be able to pull stuff off the top here. And I got a fresh battery in as well, so let's continue on. Open this thing up. Oh, actually, I forgot there's a flap right here. And inside this flap I have a belt for my pants. And then I have a Frog Togs rain poncho. It's been storming like crazy all summer long, and so I wanted to make sure that I had some water protection, so if it does rain I can throw the poncho on and stay out of the elements. And then this bag also has a zipper compartment on the other side, but I don't have anything in there. Alright, so now I'll split the back the way that it was. So like I said, this is a 75-liter bag. Another thing that I didn't include in the budget was this sack. You can use a dry bag. You can use anything for a bear bag. I've seen people use a little kid's Mickey Mouse backpack. And so whatever you have lying around, it doesn't have to be an sack. Just whatever you have laying around, that'll work. Also, Caroline spent $20 on food for me, and so that's what I'm eating on this trip as well, as the stuff she got at the dollar store. I have some clothes. I have a pot, and so this is an MSR pot, and again I'm going to go through all my cooking stuff and everything in separate videos, but I just want to show you what I have. So I do have a pot, I have a canister stove, fuel, tongs, little tiny tongs. I got a bandana from the dollar store. It's very cheap, it's very see-through. I don't know if it's gonna work. And then I brought a fork and a spoon just out of our kitchen drawer. It's just our kitchen silverware. And then I brought napkins. Let me show you. I brought napkins that we buy for the house, but then I also brought McDonald's napkins as well. So you don't have to spend money on napkins, just the extra napkins that you get when you go out to eat, save them. I like to grab extra too when I go inside to eat. I'll grab some extras and then I'll save them for later. I have a pillow because I always like sleeping with a pillow. This is one that I found at a garage sale, or somebody gave it to me, but it wasn't more than 50 cents. I have the T&H Outdoors self-inflating sleeping pad. For this trip I folded it into a square, and then I left the sack that comes with it at home. I just used the strap that comes with it, and I liked doing it this way because usually I roll everything round and then there's gaps. And so this time I tried folding it square and then pushing it on top of my sleeping bag, and that seemed to work really well. Then I have my sleeping bag, and this is the item that I splurged on. I went $20 over budget, so every item in here is $50 or less except the sleeping bag. The sleeping bag I splurged on, and I spent I think $70 on it. When I personally bought it, it was like $62, but now they're about $70, so I'm gonna keep it at that $70 price tag. And this is the item that I cheated on because I feel everybody needs a good sleeping bag. You could keep it in a vehicle kit. You can keep it if you're gonna go stay somewhere and you're not familiar if they have blankets and pillows and stuff for you. I just think everybody needs a good sleeping bag. And then I brought Tarp. Again, I haven't even opened it or anything, but looking at the bottom of the tent, it's the same material this tarp is made out of, so I'm just gonna see how that works. I'm not gonna use this. And that's it. That's all that I brought in the bag. And so I have shelter. That was on the bottom of the bag. You saw that. So I have shelter. I have food. I have a way to cook food. I have my water filter to get water. So I have food, water, and shelter all taken care of. I do have a couple of things in the Jeep. My toiletries I must have put in there. Those were in here as well. They were in one of these side pockets with my knife and my water filter, but I took them out and I must have put them in the Jeep, so let me show you those in a second. Alright, so the things that I took out of my backpack because I wanted to talk more in depth of them was a book. Now, you don't need a book to go camping. You don't need to bring games or anything like that, but it does help. It does keep you from having to just stare off into space and be bored. So I brought a book. It doesn't matter what kind of book it is, just something that you really enjoy reading. This Spy Secrets That Can Save Your Life book. It's very interesting. I'm really enjoying this book, actually. I didn't know if I was going to or not, but it's pretty good. The other things that I wanted to show were, I always bring hand sanitizer. It doesn't matter where you're going, you should always have hand sanitizer. But what you bring for toilet paper, the possibilities are endless. You can bring literal toilet paper. You can bring these little Kleenexes. You can see this one's beat up. I haven't used it. You can use these little tabs that expand. So what I do is I put hand sanitizer on these tabs, and then I open them up, and then I use those. I like this because it's a very small little package, but then again, so is this. It's just I seem to get more use out of this than I do with these. And so that is my toiletries, and this is my entertainment, both of which probably aren't catered to what you are gonna bring, but they are. This is what I brought for me. And that's everything. I do have this mountain drink in the Jeep, and then I have Sunny D. So I'm gonna try those on camera. I've never had that mountain drink, but I did bring my own Mountain Dew just in case. I don't want to be without my Mountain Dew. And so, what time is it? It's getting close to dinner time. It's 5:45. Sun goes down at around 7:30 this time of year. It's gorgeous out here. All the leaves are changing color. The wind is picking up. The leaves fall. It is. It's getting very pretty. Fall is here. There's no denying that. But yeah, maybe I should set up my bed, get camp ready for the night, and then I'll come back when it's time to eat. So one of the things that I like about camping in the fall and in the colder months, early spring, fall, winter, is there's no bugs. So I can leave my door open without having to worry about mosquitoes and everything else getting in there. And then being able to leave your door open gives you the opportunity to just throw your stuff in here. And inflate. You don't have to worry about how it's doing. I can worry about it later, right? I can just throw everything in there that I need, worry about it later. It's gonna be crazy having a 4-person tent all to myself, but should be a good night. It should be cool. I think it's supposed to get down to like 45, maybe down to 30. When it comes to this time of the year, you never know what the temperatures are gonna be. It's forecasted to be like 72 tomorrow. So the high today, it only got up to like 49, 51, and the high tomorrow is 72. So here in Minnesota, you never know what you're gonna get, especially at night when the sun goes down. You really don't know what you're gonna get. So hopefully it doesn't get too cold tonight. All right, so the two main excuses that I hear the most often when it comes to camping, especially during the fall and the early spring, is number one is I can't afford it. And so that's what this video is about, to show you that it doesn't take much to just get out here and enjoy nature. You're probably not going to be as comfortable as if you spent the money and got the better gear, but you're still going to be comfortable. You're still going to enjoy yourself. And that's why I'm doing this. I want to show you guys that even if you buy inexpensive gear and you don't spend top dollar, you can still show up. You can still be out here. You can still enjoy yourself. And then the second excuse I hear all the time is, I'm not very good at starting fires, and so I'm going to freeze to death because I can't start a fire. And so on this trip, I'm not starting any fires either. And so after watching this, if you're still looking for an excuse, I wouldn't suggest continuing on, because there's really no reason to not come out here and enjoy nature. Like I said, I'm not going to have a fire. I'm going to stay warm through my clothes. I also have a jacket in the Jeep. I have the tent. I have a 20-degree sleeping bag. And so if I have to curl up in that and just read my book or just enjoy the sounds of nature, I'm perfectly confident doing that. And so if you spend the money and you get the bare minimum, there's no reason why you shouldn't be out here enjoying these sceneries, because honestly, it's beautiful out here right now. And this video, you can watch all the videos and you can look at all the photographers' pictures and you can look at all of that, but it never does it any justice. There is nothing like personally being here, witnessing it for yourself. It's a super cloudy, foggy day, and it's still just gorgeous. So yeah, that's what this video is all about. It's about making sure that you don't have any excuses left. You can afford the food, you can afford the gear, you can take the time to do it. Even just an overnighter is more than enough to just enjoy nature. But I'm getting hungry. Let me check the time real quick. It is 10 after 6. And so I'm going to start some dinner. So let's look at what I have in my food bag. Alright, so first things first, Caroline bought me the Stars and Stripes Mountain. Now the thing, Mountain Dew has a very delicious taste, and I really enjoy Mountain Dew. But usually the imitations, they try to make like this lemony, limey drink, and they either go heavy on the lemon or they go heavy on the lime, and it doesn't taste anything like Mountain Dew. It tastes more like Sprite or one of those lemon lime drinks. And so I'm not excited to try this. It is 2.75 liters though, which is a lot of fluid. I'll probably keep the bottle even if it's not good. I'll just dump it out. I'll dump it down the sink at home and keep this bottle because this is a big bottle. I can already smell the lime. It smells like lime. This is gonna be a lime drink. I'm not looking forward to it. Ugh. Yeah, this is lime soda. Ugh. I don't know why they try to duplicate, because if they called this lime soda, there are people in this world that love limes and they would buy this because it was lime soda. But because you call it Mountain, you have people like me buying it who like Mountain Dew and hating it. I don't know why they do that. I'm not taking a drink of that. So this was a bust. Caroline thought she was gonna be funny, and you guys are probably laughing, but this is gross. Alright, so the other drink that she got for me is the Sunny D 100% vitamin C orange strawberry. Now I usually like Sunny D. I like the orange Sunny D. I don't drink it all the time, but I guess I don't really like it. It's just I don't mind it. You know, if it's available, I usually drink it, but I don't usually buy it for myself. But I love strawberry drinks, so let's see how this one goes. That's way better. That's not so bad. It's got a unique taste to it. It's not really, you can't really taste the orange or the strawberry. It's got like this unique taste. It's not bad though. It's not bad at all. I probably will drink this. Especially starting right now because I don't want the caffeine from the Mountain Dew. And so this doesn't have any caffeine in it. It's 5% juice. Yeah, there's no caffeine in it, so I'll probably drink this for the rest of the night so that I can sleep well in the new tent. And then tomorrow I can drink my Mountain Dew and all right will be in the world. So let's look at the food now, because that's why you're actually here. That's what I said we were going to do, and then I started drinking drinks. Alright, so what I brought, what I'm excited to try the most is what I'm going to eat tonight. So I brought peanut butter crackers. I brought these Imitation Pop-Tarts. I'm not excited about these either because Pop-Tarts are okay. The imitation ones, they're always so sweet. I don't like sweets. I don't like chocolate. I don't like things that are really sweet. And so I'm not excited about these either, but we'll see how that goes. And then I didn't divvy this stuff up either. I'm only eating one breakfast, but I brought all 3 Pop-Tarts, or Toastums Pop-Ups. So I didn't divvy the stuff up. I just grabbed it and threw it in the bag. I could have saved a lot of weight and space had I only grabbed one Pop-Tart and grabbed what I needed. I have Gardettos. I have chicken. I have 2 Spam singles. I have rice and pasta. I have Alfredo sauce. I did divvy up the Alfredo sauce because it was in a glass jar, and I don't like bringing glass in the woods. So I put it in this plastic Tupperware container. And then I brought tortillas, and again I brought the whole bag of tortillas. I could have brought 2 or 3 and saved a lot of weight, but I didn't. I was lazy. So the thing that I'm excited to try is I'm going to have a no-cook dinner. And so then tomorrow I'll probably have one of these for lunch. But I want to put the Alfredo sauce on the flatbread with chicken, and then I'm going to try Spam too. So let's get that going. So these are tortillas, flour tortillas, which I like. I like corn chips. So like if I'm buying chips, I like the yellow corn chips, but I like flour tortillas when I'm making flatbread sandwiches. And again, I'll have videos on my cook here. I'm gonna put it all in a playlist for you guys. So I'm gonna have this trip, what Caroline bought, and then I think it's gonna rain. The wind just shifted. I better hurry. So I'll have videos on why I chose this pot, why I brought this, why, you know, and it'll all be in a playlist. So I'll put it out as I get it done, and then it'll all be all in a playlist for you guys. Ooh, smells good. So I like to just spread it on there. Boom. So I got Alfredo sauce, and then I'm gonna take this chicken. Put some chicken on there. So it's like a chicken Alfredo wrap. Alfredo's good. That's good. So yeah, even we have a video too where we talk about how even if you don't spend a lot of money, you don't have to sacrifice flavor and variety. And that's why I brought so much, so that I can eat very well in the woods. We didn't spend a lot. $20 got me more than all of this. I didn't bring everything she brought, but it's very good. Very good. It's getting dark. I know you can't tell, but it's getting dark. It's gonna rain. Which is gonna make it even better, because again, I'm not making a fire. I'm staying warm with what I have. The tent's gonna keep me dry. The sleeping bag's gonna keep me warm. And this is gonna keep me full. I have one more. Push my luck. I like chicken Alfredo pizza too. This might be good if we grilled it. Made like a little pizza out of it. Put some shredded cheese in there. Put a lot more chicken on this one. The last one was good, but lacking on the chicken. So this one I put lots more chicken in. Can't even get close because there's so much chicken. I love that view. good food on a beautiful day. I don't really think it's gonna rain. So it's not raining quite yet. So for dessert, I'm gonna have some of these peanut butter crackers. So we'll see how these flavor up. So it comes in a big package, and then it comes in two. So you gotta unwrap it, and then you gotta, oh, there's 4 in here. I hate when they do that. I hate when there's packages inside packages. These are really good. Those are really good. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of when they put packages inside of packages like Starburst. I just want to open it and eat them. I don't want to sit there and open each individual one, you know what I mean? But these are really good. I'm glad I brought them with. It's a good budget little sweet breakfast. Or not breakfast, but dessert. Squirrels are coming out. Alright, so one of the last things that I want to do before bed is I want to filter some water and put it in my vacuum insulated stainless steel food jar, my thermos. And the reason is I don't want to have Mountain Dew or Sunny D inside my tent with me, because it's going to attract a lot of critters. It's going to attract squirrels and deer and bear and who knows what else. And so what I want to do is I want to have water in the tent with me, so that if I get thirsty or dry throat in the middle of the night, I have something that I can sip on. It's important though that you have something that seals. You don't want to spill water in the middle of the night. And so that's why I really like this thermos, because it seals super tight and keeps all my water, but it's really easy to drink out of. So let's go get some water. That's good. Alright, so something you have to keep in mind is this tent does not have a vestibule. And so when you're coming in, you might want to bring your boots or your shoes inside the tent with you, so that bugs and critters and rain isn't getting inside your boots. If you want to keep them dry and critter free, you're going to have to bring them inside with you, because there is no vestibules inside this tent. But with that being said, this is a really good sized tent. I would say it's easily twice the size of my Outdoor Vitals 2-person tent. And so, yeah, there's quite a lot of room in here. It's tall. I can almost stand up in here. And I'm really impressed by this tent. It's not the highest quality. Again, it's only $50, but for $50 you're getting a lot of tent here. These open up here, so you can have a window in the front, there's a window in the back, and yeah, it's lots of ventilation. They even color coded the zippers over here, which I really like. And so black is the door, white is the window, and then over here again white is the window. And so the zipper pulls are even color coordinated, which I really like. I haven't seen that before, but it's a really good feature. I'm going to keep those closed because there's so much ventilation in the top, and then there's another ventilation port back here, and so I'll get plenty of ventilation, and hopefully I can trap some heat in here as well. And so for a very budget friendly camp out, especially in these colder climates, I'm having a really good time. It wasn't the nicest day, the sun didn't come out at all today, but I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed being out here. I got my water, I got my book, I got my light. I'm using this to light up my face so you guys can see me. But yeah, I'm gonna curl up into bed and read my book, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
So it's like 7:30 in the morning. Oh, I slept really good last night. It rained almost all night long. And I'm perfectly dry. The inside of the tent's perfectly dry. It's just starting to get light out. I don't think the sun's coming out today. It seems like it's really cloudy. That's why you can't see me very well right now. But yeah, it was a really good night. It was comfortable. I knew the sleeping pad was going to perform. I knew the sleeping bag was going to perform. I was a little nervous about this tent, but it held up really well. No complaints on the tent at all. So yeah, $50 tent. It's actually a pretty decent buy. I actually like it. I'm probably going to use it. The thing with this tent is there's so much ventilation, so it doesn't get stuffy and clammy in here. And then even with the rain, it did really, really well. So let's go eat some breakfast. Alright, so everything is soaking wet. It rained pretty much consistently all night. And yeah, the tent held up really well. Everything is bone dry. On the inside, everything's bone dry. Even the windows, where the windows are, the overhang on the top protected those windows really well, and so I never had to worry about opening them up and a bunch of water getting in. The windows themselves stayed completely dry, so I really like that. The tent actually held up really, really well. I was pretty impressed. I'm probably going to use it more often, actually, especially on really hot summer days. The ventilation in that tent is awesome, and so on those really hot, humid days, that's where that tent's really going to shine. I'm probably going to take it with me on more trips, but as of this trip, I was going to spend all day here, but it's super cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain some more. That's why I'm on the GoPro. And yeah, I'm probably just going to eat breakfast and head home. I really don't want to spend the whole entire day in the tent. I can't really film inside the tent, as you could see this morning, especially when it's this cloudy and dark. And so I'll probably just eat some breakfast and head home. Alright, so it's kind of sprinkling on and off, so I'm going to film the rest of this with the GoPro. And first sec. You can hear it coming off the leaves. I got my Mountain Dew and these Toastum pop-ups. Not even trying to keep it obvious that they're remarketing somebody else's product. Strawberry. I don't know how well the GoPro is going to pick all this up, so hopefully you can hear me, hopefully you can see me. Looks just like a Pop-Tart. I'm not sitting down because everything's wet. I don't want to get my butt wet, especially on the way home. I don't want to have to deal with soggy butt on the way home. Just as that. No, yesterday I told you these were going to be really sweet. And they are super sweet. The artificial strawberry, they really went all out on it. too. The red squirrels are going nuts. The rain's coming. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna have a little bit of Mountain Dew. So I was gonna show you guys me taking everything down, but the rain's coming. So I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna finish my Pop-Tart, drink some Mountain Dew, tear down really fast, and then I'm out of here.